Things shut off, just like that. She waltzed right into the camp and soldiers were all turned about looking for her. Captain didn't like being made a fool of like that. Of course, that's just hearsay and gossip. And I don't gossip, me. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see 'em, but after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Or at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind? Aye, that's the crux of it. Listen, there's plenty round here. We'll happily trade what you've got for what you need, me included. And feeling that, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and do a bit of scavenging. Get the right bits and bobs together, along with a recipe script to show you the way, and you can make some gear yourself. It's all a bit like being in the Scouts and the Guides these days, except the motto is, don't get killed. Keep your bloody voice down. Nothing brings the soldiers down on you faster than talking about that. Mayhap I heard rumours of it, but I can't see it out more than that. A favour, eh? Well, aye. Maybe that might be what I need right now. All right, let's talk. One of them scientists, in particular, used to come to drink in here. Before it all went arse upwards, that is. He liked his eel, that fella, and eel made him chatty. He told me he worked in something called the Interchange. Never said quite where it were, but he used to stagger off towards the substation round the back of here. So that might be worth a deco. Now, about that favour. I need to collect a few messages. Not important, you understand, but I can't stick me nose out of the door without the soldiers taking an interest. You, they'll let walk out of the village, so I need you to go to Skethermore for us. I was hoping you'd say that. I need a message collecting from Nora. Careful with her. She's not fond of strangers, but it'll be all right if you say I sent you. She hides out in her barn on Skethermore. I'll mark it for you. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermore, but we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermore, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask. Nicely done. And all on the nail. All sorts comes through here. So don't be shy about coming back. Might have something new for you. See you around.
Make do amend this, make do amend that. I just want to buy something for once. I've had enough!
Sorts comes through here. So don't be shy about coming back. See you around.
One day, I'll leave here, get through the war. Somehow. Don't know how yet, but one day.
Keep your nose clean.
Just when the music was getting good. And this all happens.
State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could. Not sure I like the look of you.
A new customer. How'd you do? Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? Aye, well, I can hazard a guess. Our little Napoleon, the captain that is, he keeps an eye out for folk like you. A stranger might be important. And if you're important, then that's another stepping stone out of the zone, isn't it? Anyway, where are me manners, eh? I'm Morris Wick, owner of this establishment. Take a look at what I have to offer if you fancy. Oh, you'd have to ask him that yourself. I'll leave that pleasure to you. Me, I'm happy here in the shop, where I never have to look at the man. big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be fit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did anyhow. Oh aye, and what a grand life it is here. Like a scenic stalag, this is. There's some as say it's like Hitler and his lot managed to invade after all. Me, I say the Germans would have made a much better job of it. Listen, a word to the wise, aye? I'm here today not because I've learned to get by with the soldiers, but in spite of them. The village needs to stick together. The protocol is a curse to be born, not somewhat to sympathize with. Oh.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on scaffolding. Work out to help us.
Orders be brought.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense.
I miss seeing John Mills at pictures. He's right, really.
Strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance can save lives.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
First thing I'm doing when they take that wall down is going on holiday. Southport, maybe. Or maybe somewhere exotic. Like Grill.
I hope I get on the foraging party again this week. Anything to get me out of this miserable dump for a couple of days.
Beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
I don't know why I bother.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
Citizens of Wyndham, acts of insubordination or disrespect against the soldiers protecting you here are, in essence, treasonous and will be treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
It's like having another bloody war.
Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us and help us to help you. Follow the protocol. Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in outlaw activity on Slatton Dale. Avoid Slatton Dale until the area is once again declared safe.
Show some blitz spirit, he says. Like the Luftwaffe ever found his use to city, son.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition.
probably thinks me dead.
Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Not early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Leave it alone. Leave space.
Orders be blown.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
We've got to do something. Or we'll die here like daft sheep.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village? Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us and help us to help you.
State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
I just want some humbugs and pear drops, nothing fancy.
Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death. Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
Wish we could still get the light program. It's like having another bloody war.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blown.
Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death.
Nobody's coming for us.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense. Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village? Citizens of Wyndham, remember, strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance can save lives.
Just when the music was getting good. And this all happens.
Wouldn't mind so much if I had a bit more sunshine.
Don't consort with the locals, eh? Who the hell else are you
Citizens of
supposed to
Winter.
consort with?
Acts of insubordination or disrespect against the soldiers protecting you here are, in essence, treasonous and will be treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
Make do amend this, make do amend that. I just want to buy something for once.
Citizens of Winter, you are reminded that any building marked as
Leave tomorrow if you could.
is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense.
I don't know why the locals act like that. We're protecting them, the bloody ungrateful swine. Do as you're told, right?
Well, well, a new face. Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village, for now at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here, is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it, post haste. Now, There are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? You misunderstand me. I desire a way out, not to dig deeper. And as for the interchange, that is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. I'm glad to hear it. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. The good Dr. Garrow? Not so good, in my opinion. That woman is dangerous. Caught her up to her old nonsense again and incarcerated her smartly at our Skethermore camp. The prison is closely guarded, so don't even think about attempting to reach her without our permission. But that permission may be granted if you prove yourself loyal to us here in the village.
No! Done for!
Where? Oh, Jesus. I'm firing.
Let me alone!
Careful. You won't get lucky twice.
blazes you think you're doing? Put that weapon down!